Hello! Hello, YouTube fans! Just making sure everything's okay. Haven't just started the stream. Okay, looks like it's working. Great. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, hello! If you are live in the chat, can you let me know if you can hear me okay? We're good for sound, hopefully. Can you hear me, darlings? Waiting, waiting, waiting. Well, I hope so. I hope y'all can hear me okay. Wonderful. So, I'm here to do my full moon journaling, but first, now that it is available, I have to super quickly run to the bathroom. I will be right back. I'm sorry. I was trying to finish all before going live, but I like to be on time, and then my wife did. I will be right back in just a minute. Oh, hey, it's Barb. Hey, Barb. How you doing? How's everybody doing in the chat today? I'm here. Oh, look, I opened to the correct page. I am here. I'm going to make this bigger. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? So my kiddo is home, as you might be able to hear from him laughing, but I will shut my door. Oh, fun. Today is the full moon in Gemini. And things have been very, very busy, and I've got a lot I'm trying to do. There's a lot going on. So I didn't have time with the other things I had to do, I didn't have time to film yesterday. So I was like, it's the full moon. I'm going to be doing full moon stuff. I'm just going to go live and talk about what I'm doing and whatnot. So let me close my door. So that way it's not so loud. There we go. Okay. So, I am still figuring out what moon work looks like for me. Not that long ago, I did a video on, oh dear, brain power. I did a video on how my moon work was evolving, my moon practice and update. Let me just grab the link of that and throw it in the chat. So I did that recently. That was 2 months ago. Wow, that was only 2 months? Oh my God. Time is a weird soup. So I did that. And things are still growing and changing. I do still, oh, hey, Jennifer. I do still like what I talked about in that video. I want the new moon, I like to receive messages. I have like a little buzzword for each thing. But there's been so much going on this year that it is hard to everything's just kind of squidgy and weird. Nothing has really like settled. So so I'm still trying to find, I'm learning and growing and developing what it is I really want to do with my moon cycles and whatnot. So I know I really like receiving messages, but I want to still explore and see how things develop with this. And to be honest, my idea with this was the new moon, I'd do receiving messages. The waxing moon, I'd clarify that. Then on the first quarter, I'd work on planning and then the gibbous on prepping. So that way on the full moon, I'd do a ritual and then grounding, protecting, and resetting. I still like those things. I still want to do those things. However, I miss doing readings for the new moon and the full moon and whatnot. And then I got my Wisdom of the Divine Feminine, Wisdom of the Shadow Oracle decks. They're both in here. And I really wanted to use this. This felt really good to use the shadow for part of my messages. And then the Divine Feminine for the full moon. So I don't need, this is the Wisdom of the Divine Shadow, which mine is actually, it's cut a little strange. Like I feel like it was from multiple batches. It's quite weird, but mine's cut a little off. You might be able, even when I hold it like flat, it's cut a little off. And you can feel it, which is it's a bit frustrating, but that's okay. So this is me just kind of exploring and seeing what I figure. So we had the Sagittarius new moon on the 23rd of November. So I had my chart here. I put the reference, and so this is still a part of this moon cycle. The moon cycle goes from new moon to new moon. I realized I had forgotten to grab my Earth Magic card, and it is extremely annoying. You can feel it. And this one, it's perfect. So, but you know, that's okay. I mean, so I've been pulling an Earth Magic card to go with the new moon, and then I attach it into my journal at the next new moon cycle. So I had forgotten to do that. So I just did that a bit here. And then I did a reading initially. What is the shadow in my day-to-day life right now? And I got emotions. And I picked day-to-day life because it was Sagittarius. And then how can this help my relationships? Like working on this shadow, and then the biggest sign, I'm being stopped by emotion. And then I did another reading. So what I started doing, if you haven't seen that video, this is my card I pulled. I pulled the emotion card. I've been using my Tarot of the She with this. So I use my Tarot of the She with the, here comes my tea and my beautiful wife. Aw, she's so pretty. Huh? What are you making? No, I just had 2 bowls of cereal. Okay. Thank you, though. I love you, baby. Tea! Yum. We're all home today in my house because, oh, honey, the cat wants out. Zraya? So I've been using these 2 together. And I really, really love them. I love them together. And then, so that's what I did. I did 2 separate readings. I did one on the new moon, and then I did another one when I felt like I needed to, specifically about what emotion was blocking my work. Sorry about the noise. They're trying to help my cat out. So I was using the Tarot of the She with that. And I'm loving it so far. I love the Tarot of the She with the wisdom of the shadow. I love the idea of using the wisdom of the shadow and the wisdom of the divine feminine for the moon. That it all feels really good. So now I need to do the other half. And that's pulling, God, I love this backing. Pulling from the wisdom of the divine feminine. So, here's my emotions card. I'm not actually going to stick it here. I'll just put it there because I want to reference it. So I've been using this box that I got. Notebook therapy notebooks come in a box like this. So I've been using this box that had my brain, that had my newest notebook. New moon. So that's good. I've been using the box to store my little bits and bobs, odds and ends. So I want to cut out the full moon. So the exact time in my time zone. So this is the chart of the full moon. And let me know if you have any questions as we go on. So the full moon is today, December 7th, 2022 at 11:08 p.m. Eastern time. So I've still got some hours. So maybe I will do an actual ritual. We'll see. We shall see. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this chart out so I can stick it in my page because I love this. And I actually printed my new moon or my moon return chart too. So my planner peeps end up in my membership. That's what we're doing for the live this month. Is I'm working on some moon return work. I started this. I don't like this spread, but I like. I'm working on it. I'm determining. So I also printed the chart for my moon return. So if you want to check out my channel membership, there should be a join button by the subscribe button, or if not, there should be you should be able to find it. I don't know if I have a link in the description box. I'll have to check it. I think there should be a link in the description box. Anywho, so I've also printed the chart for my moon return for December, and our live this month. We're going to go live and we're going to work on this. So I'm trying to figure stuff out. So, but I really like having the charts in here. So I'm gonna So how's everyone doing? Has anyone got anything planned for the full moon? If you're not live, you can let us know in the comments down below later if you feel inclined to share. I'm starting to feel now very excited for the new year. I don't feel like it'll necessarily feel very new until my birthday for a few reasons, because like my wife is still in school until the end of April. So things are still going to be difficult. Okay. I don't use any of the rest of this, so that can get recycled. So I need a page. I am fully back to I'm fully back to trying everything in one journal. Oh, nice. Do you have a particular reading you like to use, Caitlin? I dropped something. Hold on. Okay. Put that over there. Okay. December 7th. I'm going to put the time. It was 11:18. There. Okay. Put color. There. Look at that. I fixed the glare. I'm a champion and a genius. I'm trying to incorporate astrology a little bit more because of your videos. Let me know if you have any questions. I can't do free astrology readings, although I do offer them on my website. Shameless self-promo. But let me know, Caitlin, if there's any, like, you're here and hanging out. If you've got any questions, let me know. Right now I need to glue this thing. Okay. All right. Okay. So, well, and also I'm going to talk about astrology now. So here we go. I'm suddenly intensely afraid that I'm going to spill tea on my cards. Also, side note, check out this pouch. Look at this. My friend painted this. How cool is that? So I grabbed it for my wildwood. Isn't that so cool? I love the idea of this eye, like eye of knowledge, ear of listening on a tarot deck pouch. Love it. Okay. So let's see. Looking at this one, what did I like about this? I like that. Oh, I did not glue that evenly in the center. Um, hmm. It's not a full, it's not a new moon. It's a full moon. Oh, oopsies. I made a whoops. It's awful. Oh well. All right. So, ooh. All right, so let me think here. So this is Gemini. And my brain is just weird today. Let's see. What did I like about this? I liked having the chart. I don't think I want to include this necessarily. I actually have an idea from my new journal, which I'm setting up for the new year. Moon cut out for journal. Oh, excuse me. So I like having the chart because I use the chart to determine kind of the questions and what area I'm looking at and seeing what sticks out here. So here on this chart, it's a new moon in Gemini. I'm still a little new to doing things by the moon. So one question I have is, how long do you keep new moon intentions? So it really varies. It really varies on the person. The way I'm currently viewing it is that from the new moon, I don't necessarily do intentions. That's the popular culture way of doing the new moon. But recently I watched the video, I've talked about it on my channel, by Jessica Starr, Jessica and the Moon here on YouTube. And it really kind of clicked in place. So the new moon I use for going still and going quiet and listening so I can receive in messages from my guides, from my goddesses, from whatever you view it. And then I work with that. And then on the full moon, my ideal is on the full moon, I'm taking the things I've learned, and based on that, I can release and put out intentions and just let them go into the world. Kind of like I've done percolating and now I'm going to let it go, kind of a thing. Let it go so that way it can fly, so that way it can be brought to me or what have you. So you can, when people do new moon intentions, the popular culture way of it is that you would let them go at the new moon, but you can do whatever the hell you want. Like, there is no right or wrong way. The only wrong way is the way that doesn't work for you. So if you like it and the way you're doing it works for you, then great, that's correct. So what I kind of want to do here, what I like about the idea of using these together, I'm going to put this aside because that's my current card. This card is going to stay with me until the next new moon. What I like about using these two things together is this is the hard thing. It gives a balance, it gives a duality. So it's like, okay, I know my emotions are the thing, it's the shadow, it's the thing that's causing difficulty in my day-to-day life right now, my emotions. So then I need to use this deck to determine oh, happy to. Anytime, you should listen to me. I'm full of wisdomous. What, this card backs or these ones? Aren't they both stunning? And like, look, tell me this is not like, this is what I use my Tarot of the She in. And I, like, it's like I was, and I've never, I haven't really found ways to to work with my Tarot of the She for a specific purpose. And then so it's like it was waiting for this deck. It's like I'm such a so thrilled. Anywho, two, they're fabulous. So what I'm figuring out now is the counterpoint, and I think doing this will help me determine if I want to do ritual or what work I want to do for the next like 2 weeks until the new moon. How I want to ground, how I want to protect, like those kinds of things, because that's kind of, yeah, that I don't know. Words are stopping in brain. Okay. So let's see here. I did on this one. I did do this chart, but I don't need to do this chart again because they're connected. I don't think I'm going to come up with a way that they both fit on like one spread, and that's okay. So the shadow in my day-to-day life was the emotion. I'm trying to think of words. So for me, I'm a Cancer rising sign. So for me, this is house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is between my 6th house of day-to-day life and external health and physical health, and the 12th house of my seclusion, of my internal health, of my mental health. That's what this energy is between for me. So this is the thing that's causing me difficulty in functioning in my day-to-day life. I have an idea of a question. I don't know if I want to put it right here or if I want to do something else right there. I'm just going to put it right here. I'm just going with the flow. I don't have any concrete things. Okay. So my first question, this is what I'm going to ask my wisdom of the divine feminine. The 12th house is my house of seclusion, my house of, and seclusion is not a bad thing. Sometimes it can feel isolating. Sometimes it's just like nice seclusion. I feel all secluded and safe and warm. And often I feel safe when I am secluded. So the question is, when I go within, so when I go secluding, when I go within, what am I seeking? So this is the thing I'm looking for when I go within. Because my emotions definitely pushed me to seclude myself. God, such a good shovel. No problem, Jennifer. Have fun at work. Okay. How satisfying is that shuffle, man? Okay. When I go within, what am I seeking? This is my card. Okay, mystery. I do want to grab. I do use guidebooks. Mystery. My first pairing. This is so exciting. Yellow. When I go within, what am I seeking? I'm seeking mystery. I have many thoughts. Okay. Put away my scissors. Turning my book because I write on a slant. Hey, Junie, how you doing, love? Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Okay, so I wrote, when I go within my own space, I am looking to re-find my connection to all the beautiful secrets and mystery of the world. So the knowing, I'm connected to the cosmic mysteries. Feeling, oh shoot. Brain. Knowing I'm connected to the cosmic mysteries, feeling the divine within myself, feeling connected to my own mysteries, my own inner power. And then there's, of course, to find questions or to find answers to the questions. Okay, let's see what it says in here for mystery. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Mystery, art, creatrix. I allow the mystery to swirl through my being. I sink deeply into the mystery and I remember we are one. Universe, cosmos, space and time. The great infinite, the void, no thing and everything, swirling its portals through the body's own portals, remembering truth, darkness and light as one, seeing, feeling, becoming the all. Mystery is beyond what is known, understood, or explained. The mystery reminds us that there is a great cosmic infinite expanse beyond what our minds can hold. Whether named or unnamed, there is a universal force moving through all things with omnipotent intelligence. We are quite intelligent as humans, and yet we really only know a small fraction of the living intelligence within all things. This means that there is an immense amount of mystery ever present. Sometimes we can be narrowly focused on certain aspects of our lives. The mystery reminds us and invites us to step back and expand our vision and see that infinite possibilities abound. When we step back and let ourselves be embraced by the mystery, we remember we are divinely guided and supported by the universe, the cosmos, the infinite mystery that is named and unnamed. We don't need to have everything figured out, or anything at all for that matter. We are invited to return to trust, to knowing that everything is in divine order, that we are infinite ourselves beyond measure, and that there is nothing more for us to do but simply be. And so we be, and so it is. Invite yourself to sink into the mystery, step back from any areas of narrow focus, and feel the infinite mystery within and around you. Remember that you are one with the mystery. Contemplations. Am I saying yes to trusting the mystery right now? What can I do to honor the mystery as bigger than myself? When do I feel the mystery swirling within my body? That is a huge question. And then there's a ritual. Whisper in your hands anything you wish to release to become closer to the mystery, doubt, control, worry, etc. Blow it out of your body into your hands, and then pat your hands on the floor, discharging it from your body. Then whisper into your hands intentions to deepen in the mystery. Examples: I sink into the mystery. I trust in the mystery. I don't have to do anything. I just get to be. I let myself be uncertain and in flow. Press those blessings into your body with your hands all over. Feel it with all senses. Trust that it is so, and so it is. Thank yourself. That's a decent ritual. That's decent. Okay. So I really like this. I need like a little bookmark. I'm going to use this for a moment to remind me to go back into this book, because I really like this last question, and I do like the ritual. And actually, that's my surrender card for this week. Surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. How stunning. Just how stunning. Okay. So I have several things that stick out here, so that I want to dig more into. One, I want to know how emotion triggers this. How are emotion and mystery connected? Emotion and mystery connected. And for this one, now we're into the shimmering veil. I love that it starts like with the new moon, it starts raw, and with the full moon, it's more harnessed, it's more gentle. And okay, so how are emotion and mystery connected from me? Where you come from? What are we? Where are we going? Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Okay. How are emotion and mystery connected? What's the connection? Hello, Courtney. Thank you so much. Glad you could join the live. How you doing? So what's the connection? How are emotion and mystery connected? That was super quick. Ah, fucking bull, stupid, loud-mouthed deck. Okay. Put those there. I'll explain why. Like, look at them. Look at them all together. Explain why they're loudmouthed in a minute. Actually, no, it's fine. Okay. I'm just going to quickly note that I have pulled the Two of Wands. Okay. So, hello, Raven. I am good. How you doing? Oh, I've got an itchy on the side of my head. Ow, friggin'. So, starting with the note. This So this card, here's why this is annoying and kind of funny. Hold on one second. Let me just check in with my household. Okay. So this is the Two of Wands. This is the card this is the Decan card of where my sun sign is. This is the first 10 degree and my midheaven actually. This is the first 10 degrees of Aries. 0 to 10 degrees of Aries has the energy of the Two of Wands. I have no clue. I know this is significant, but I don't. I'm getting an idea here. I'm gonna put these cards. I don't want them to fall. Oh my goodness. I hope you're okay. That's not fun. That's scary. Don't worry. Don't worry. Not everyone does something on every single full moon. I miss most well, I don't miss them. I know when they are, but I don't often do things on the full moons. So I wrote, it is only when we are surrounded by darkness that we can really see the light. What I'm feeling here is, I think this is alluding to hold on, I'll read it in a second. Sorry about that. Yeah? Oh, I thought my wife was knocking on this door. Okay. So what I wrote is, I think this is alluding to what I feel, in that I need the seclusion to find the light within me. And since I don't currently actively build my life with the space I need, the big emotions are what tells me and forces me into seclusion. Can you get my door, please, buddy? Can you get my door? Cam, can you get my door? That's okay. That's still shut enough. Okay. Sorry about that. So, I get lost in other people. I think I've talked about that before in this channel, or on this channel in one of my various videos. And so I find I've been learning this lesson repeatedly on multiple layers, kind of like I learned this lesson last year that, like, actually even it started even before that, like I need to peel away all of the external influences that are upon me that I carry as a part of who I am. And so that way I can find my core and my center. And this is a lesson I've been learning and in multiple layers for over a year. And there's something about this image where it's like they're standing directly in the spotlight. And the fact that this is where my son is. And I'm going to talk more about the fact that over here, there's Mars hanging out with this full moon. And as you might know, if you've been around and heard me mention it, I'm in the middle of my Mars return. So this is actually just beyond, this is 13 degrees away from my Mars, but I'm still actively in my Mars return. So there's several things here going on. Mars rules the sign of Aries. Aries is where my sun sign is, where this Decan card comes from. So my ruler, the ruler of my sun sign, is in my 12th house of seclusion. And that's a lot of where it's like you have to find the ways you want to shine on your own. It's something I have to go within myself to find, and I've really been feeling that. And so I feel like that's what it's talking about. It's like, because I've been fighting against, and because I've been not actively allowing and accepting that I need that space, allowing myself what I need, the only thing that's getting me is I get emotionally overwhelmed. So then I need to be alone. And then that's what leads me back here to this mystery. So it's kind of like when it's kind of the like self-feeding cycle thing. It's cyclical. I get emotional, so I go within, so I find the mystery. And then I go back with the mystery, and then something happens and I get emotional and I go back. It's cyclical. I know that so far. I do want to see what the guidebook says about my card here. Standing tall on a hill, a figure holds up a lit globe. A bright spotlight illuminates the speaker, framed by curtains on either side. They could be an actor, an inspirational speaker, or even a dreamer or politician. Time was when we could pair those last two words together without causing sardonic laughter. But over the years, we have seen rather too many of the egotists who somehow managed to hook into the zeitgeist of the time, harnessing the worst impulses of the population. Traditionally, Fire 2 is about success and the strength of will, imagination, and intention to bring ideas to fruition. With this combination, everything becomes possible. The globe can indicate a new project or a possible future. Acting or presenting is often an integral aspect of this card, and as long as there is an authentic message to be given, the sense of possibility is real. The shadow side of this image, though, is about pedagogy and the use of the gift of the gab for negative ends, power, control, egotism. Suggested meanings: high achievement or extraordinary vision, sharing a dream, possibilities, acknowledgement of achievement, launch of a new project, acting or performing may need to become an important aspect of your life. New possibilities and ideas that can lead to great things. I'm just going to write a quote that acting or performing. Helps if I spell it right. And then reverse: original vision, often linked with great charisma, which is somehow being sabotaged, grandiosity, even megalomania, dogma, pedagogy, acting a part, sometimes quite convincingly, but the note of authenticity is missing. I'm going to write that part down too. But the note of authenticity is missing. That really stuck out to me. Not that I feel I'm inauthentic, but well, I feel I'm more inauthentic than I want to be. I'm hopefully getting the Star Codes Astro Oracle for Christmas so I can dive in deeper into my astrology that way. That's really cool. I hope that you do, and I hope you find a way. Um, it's not that I feel like I'm inauthentic. I feel like there are parts of what I view as my identity that I've convinced myself quite convincingly that they are authentic to me when they aren't. And so I feel like that comes out. I want to look at next, how is this affecting my drive and motivation? I'm just going to put that aside for a minute so I have room for this. How is the emotion specifically affecting my drive and motivation? How is the emotion affecting my drive and motivation? Look, it's the hanging one. Bringing yearly card. Okay. How is this affecting my drive and motivation? Okay. Well, I officially feel called out. The message I got from this is, what drive and motivation? You keep waiting for it to magically appear. You've incorrectly over-identified the spark of inspiration with the drive and motivation. And so you wait and go nowhere. And oh boy, is that annoyingly accurate. I don't like, I'll sit there and I'll be like, I'm not going to write creatively until I get an idea. I'm not practicing with the skills and the things that I have drive and motivation about until I feel inspired. So I think I've conflated and over-identified inspiration with motivation. And so I'm not finding either. I hope that makes sense. It does to me, and it's quite annoying, and I'm mad at it. And then I think the last question I might ask is how can drive and the emotion of that's the Mars and the moon, how can drive and emotion? Thank you. I'm glad it makes sense. And I think that's a big problem that a lot of people face. I think we forget what exactly, like, what do we mean by drive and motivation? Now, granted, I'm self-diagnosed autistic and I'm extremely literal with words. So motivation definition. Motivation, the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way, or the general desire or willingness of someone to do something. Inspiration, to me, is that moment, that spark of something. But I think motivation and things are different. I think motivation is like, it's more of a maintenance thing. That's actually quite a big deal thought for me. So yeah, so with this moon and Mars going on here, how can drive and emotion lead me to mystery? That's what I want to know. With, I think, probably going to be my last question. I don't think it's the last thing I'm going to do, but oh, thank you, Raven. That's so kind. Okay, how can drive and emotion lead me to mystery? That's 3 separate things. Drive and motivation lead me to mystery. But see, Caitlin, is that actually motivation or is that inspiration? Like, yes, the motivation is there, but is it there because you're inspired? Inspiration. So like I just said, the definition of motivation is the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. But the definition of inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative. The especially to do something creative part, that's arguable because everything is creative, right? Like anything can be creative. But that's exactly it. We're sitting there and we're like, I'm not motivated. No. Like, think about those definitions. One is the willingness to do something. The reason or reasons one has for acting. The other is the mental stimulation. We are inspired by our hyperfixations, and so we can do them because we base our motivation. I think humans have conflated, or at least a lot of us have conflated and been like, if I don't have inspiration, I don't have motivation. These two have to go together. And that's not true. And I think this is a problem, especially for neurodivergent folks. And I am a neurodivergent folk myself. You don't actually, like, if in our brains, the reason to do something, the motivation to do something is because it is mentally stimulating, is because it is inspiring, then when inspiration goes away, so does motivation. But this isn't about, and I think that's the problem, right? Because I'll sit there and be like, I don't want to do it. So I don't have, like, I'm not inspired to do it. And that's, it's valid, and it can feel damn near impossible to struggle through it. However, I truly believe that if we understand things from a new lens, it can help us learn. So if I understand for myself that what I'm feeling is not lack of motivation, but I'm feeling a lack of inspiration, then I can do things like gamifying, right? And that's exactly it. When we gamify something, we're adding inspiration back into the equation, because of the fact that that very well could be true, Caitlin. Caitlin said, I've heard it said that neurodivergent brains have interest-based motivation rather than need-based motivation. That makes sense. But like, if you think about it, if I know and I understand that I need to feel inspired to do something, then I'm directly back in the driver's seat. It's like there's this wonderful TikToker. He's also on social media. His name's Connor DeWolf, I think it is. And he did a TikTok where a skit with himself where his friend called and was like, hey, I'm coming over. And he was like, okay, got it. And he cleaned the house. And then he called his friend back half an hour later and said, it's been half an hour. Are you coming over? And his friend was like, no, I was never coming over. It's funny that every single time you always forget that you asked me to call you every so often and tell you I'm coming over so that way you would clean the house. Right? Because there's understanding that it's not the motivation itself that's the problem. It's the fact that the reason is there's nothing exciting to give us the reason for it. Then we have at least the potential to change that, right? Like, if I know, am I explaining myself well? Does it make sense? Like I'm way more likely to do the dishes if I know my wife is going to cook dinner, or if I know I'm going to cook something delicious. So when we understand the distinctions between motivation and inspiration, then we can think about it. Okay, well, I need something to help me feel inspired to do the dishes. What can do that? And then we can go from that angle. You know what I mean? Um, and I mean, okay, good. I'm glad I'm explaining myself well. So I got the sun card. For how can drive and emotion lead me to mystery? Let me think. This one's confusing to me. The sun is traditionally about enlightenment, about drawing in divine warmth and light, and equally important, letting our own light shine out. Its center, an incandescent ball of white heat, as shown here. The sun allows us to bask in its warmth, life-giving and life-affirming. We have at last, after the soul's long journey, reached a place where we can allow ourselves to enjoy the light and glory of our miraculous star. Our very selves rejoice with this constant feeling of joy. I'm trying to think. How can drive and emotion lead me to mystery? Um, oh. All I'm getting here, feel free to chime in if you have any thoughts on this sun card in this position. All I'm getting here is the feeling of like, by following my drive and my emotion, I will start to feel the mystery. It's ambiguous and kind of weird and squishy, and I don't quite understand. Is there a different card? I'm not sure. Maybe that's not quite the right question. I don't know, but that's okay. I'm going to just shift these. Look at how perfectly they all go together. The question was, how can drive and emotion lead me to mystery? Okay, so let me think. I have the world's smallest bladder today. I'm going to just run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Ow. Just because you're not flying. Hi. I'm coming. Maybe. I see your comment. This one. I mean, could be. I feel like maybe the last question was weirdly worded or was like superfluous, not necessary. Although, like, look at these cards. How beautiful. Um, so let's see here. I What is the shadow in my day-to-day life? Emotions, they're meant to be energy moving, and yet you sink into them and you allow them to stop your everyday life. How can this help my relationships? You will be able to be present as who you know you are, and the tree in the solid foundation will heal and grow. The biggest sign I'm being stopped by emotion. This was my new moon reading. That's a good point, and that's the mystery card. Too much introspection and reflection, fighting back and forth between the water and the fire, blocked solar plexus, which victim mentality, unable to take responsibility, poor sense of self. And then I asked myself, what emotion is blocking my work? You do not settle, you hit a new emotion, and if you don't freeze, you run off in a new direction, never finishing what you started. How can I learn to move through the emotions? Just keep moving. We know it's not easy. Right now, your job is to keep moving in the ways and directions you have been, and trust that as you go, we will reach you, and we will teach you new ways. Trust us, trust you, and go. Hmm. I love these cards together. Like, look at this. Look at this gorgeousness. I'm trying to think here. Um, when I go within, what am I seeking? Hmm. This is the last full moon of the year. And I can't really like overlook the fact that I got mystery and the surrender to spirit here. Mystery, ritual. Mm. I'm thinking the last full moon of the year, I really like. I really like this little ritual. Hey, how you doing? Um, I feel like I'm missing something. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Yes. Okay, what am I missing? Um, how can I build safe, secluded space? Take your own advice. Okay. So I feel like I've got like a full page, 2-page spread now. Let me see here. I want to just mark something so I don't lose Wednesday. So I've got a page here and a page here. It's the first week of December, the first full week. So we've got week 2, week 3, week 4. That should be it. And then the rest is just, I've still got lots of pages in here. Okay. I feel like this is in some way is connecting to I feel like this is somehow connecting to what I've been doing with like getting ready for the new year. I've started working in my journal. I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble with my motivation. Because I'm having trouble with my inspiration. And what happened? Sorry. I'll be right back. My kiddo got hurt. One sec. Sorry about that. I heard my kids say ow, and my wife and son collided. So just to check. So this card, this deck with this emotion card here is from the Wisdom of the Shadow. This deck, which is this mystery card, is from the Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. And then the other 3 cards are from the Shimmering Veil Tarot. So Shimmering Veil, Wisdom of the Shadow, Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. I feel like my problem is, oh, no problem. I feel like hey, Chrissy, how you doing, love? I don't know how much longer I'm going to be live because my wife's got a meeting in about half hour, and I'm kind of, I can feel myself getting confused and whatnot. So let me clear my space. I feel like I don't. This is reminding me and relating to the whole I always wait for inspiration before I do anything. And that's not just inspiration. It's like my brain is like, wait until you get a message from the universe before you do anything. Being alive is generally a really good start, Chrissy. 10 out of 10, recommend it. I recommend being alive. Motivation requires some perseverance. And perseverance is very hard for people who are neurodivergent. And it's hard to develop it in a healthy way without harming myself. This is really quite interesting. I'm not sure. I want to think of something to do now. Neurotype, you don't sound silly. Neurodivergent is folks who are like autistic or have ADHD. It's your brain functions in a way outside of what is considered normal. Like the actual way your brain functions is not typical. It is divergent. It is different. So like folks with ADHD is neurodivergent, same with autism. I think there's other ones, but I don't know for sure. I kind of feel like one of those wind-up toys, but I don't know how to wind myself up to make me go. Precisely. I've learned that we can find the ways. Like that example I gave with Connor earlier. Connor understood that the way to make him clean his house was external motivation. And so he asked a friend to call him and say he was dropping by to give the external motivation so that way he would clean his house. He and a lot of people would be like, well, that's weird or whatever, but why is that weird? He's accomplishing getting his house clean. And if his friend is on board with the idea, what's wrong with going about doing things in a different way? If it works, if it gets you the results you need, and everyone involved is consenting and on board with the plan, then who cares if you go about it in a different way? I've heard someone say that since they aren't good at saving money, so they ask someone else to hold on to their money. That still counts as that person saving money. Again, it's an alternative way, but it comes from self-awareness, right? It comes from the knowing. And I think what happens for the folks with ADHD and autism is because the society we live in tells us that we're not that we're wrong in some way, we fight against ourselves. So then that makes it harder to build self-awareness, because then when people do advocacy work and start building self-awareness, she can, with building that self-awareness and self-advocacy, then you learn what you need to do to help yourself. As long as what you're doing isn't dangerous, and as long as everyone who's involved is consensual and on board, there's nothing wrong with finding our own ways to do things. Life is supposed to be created by us for us. Yeah, exactly. That's called body doubling. It's just like when I don't want to, like, this is why a lot of neurodivergent people really like YouTube too. They can put on something, um, and it just feeling like someone else is there can help. I actually don't like, there's a lot of things that I'm really not good at body doubling with. It all depends, but I'm a spicy sandwich and a weird mixture. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what all this means. I want to sit with this for a bit more and see if I can figure it out and think. I definitely feeling like I want to do something, and I have the opportunity. I could do something tonight. But I want to sit and think it out. Think about it. I don't know. My brain has stopped working, so I'm gonna take that as my cue. To bow out, because I'm not gonna. Hey, Monica. Yeah, exactly. There are some things where I love body doubling, like I'm good with body doubling for certain things, and then with other things I'm not. But that's some different factors and different things. Like I said, I'm a spicy sandwich. But I'm going to head off here. I hope you all had fun with me. Thank you so much for the wonderful, engaging conversation. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe and all of that stuff if you haven't already. And my throat hurts now too. So I'm going to go and flop on my couch for a little bit before my wife has a meeting. But oh, hey, Sarah. I hope y'all had fun. And thank you so much for joining me. And a huge thank you to all my channel members. There's a few of them here in the chat. Don't forget to check out channel membership. It is so much fun. And we're doing some exciting stuff in the new year. I will let you go, and I will see y'all. Oh, wait, sorry. And also, don't forget to check out the description. I have my website. It's my favorite time of year to take on new clients for my special year ahead spread that I do. So you can get information at my website. And you can also send me an email if you have any questions. But I'm going to let you go, and I will talk it to you all sometime soon. All right. Lots of love. Bye.